Hello everyone and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. I just wanted to start today by acknowledging everyone who has clicked subscribe to my channel because recently I surpassed the 300 subscriber mark, which is only small. I mean, I'm no YouTube superstar by any stretch, but the fact that there's 300 people on this planet that have enjoyed my crummy little videos enough to hit that subscribe button certainly is heartening, and it really helps in, I suppose, getting my videos out to other YouTube viewers. So if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so now. You might also like to leave a comment or click like if that's your thing, but certainly it helps, and if nothing else, it just makes me feel good that someone is into the same stuff that I'm into. Today I wanted to cover off on a little eBay gamble that I made during the week. And my last eBay gamble video went great guns, and I was really amazed by how many views I got on that, so thanks again. I mean, I don't buy these eBay lots to make YouTube videos with them. I buy them because I'm a collector. I love gijoes, and I want to get all the figures that came out in the 1982 to 1994 A Real American Hero run of G.I. Joe. But I mean, people tend to like watching other people open stuff, so here I am. So this box I scored on eBay for 300 Australian dollars, which is about $150 American. Now, I have to let you in on a little secret here. I actually have already opened the box because there was one figure in there that I was really looking forward to seeing. I'll open the box now for you. As you can see here, there is a whole bunch of loose figures in this carton and accessories. So I'm just gonna put this box down beside me, and I'll pull the figures out one at a time and show you what I've ended up with. But before I do that, I wanted to show you the one figure that I have pulled out already, and I couldn't believe my luck when I opened the box, because this is a figure that's really well sought after, and I've been looking for quite some time, and that is none other than the original mail-away Cobra Commander. So he's a swivel arm version. That means he'd be from 1983, but I have never had one of these guys. So to get him really is an achievement as far as I'm concerned. I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked to have him. I do need to find a pistol for him, but all in all, he's in phenomenal condition. Like, hardly any discoloration. There's a little bit of stress on his elbows there, maybe a chip or two off the chrome in his mask. The Cobra Tampo looks phenomenal. So as far as I'm concerned, this eBay gamble was a great pick up before I even started. So anything else that comes out of this box now is a bonus as far as I'm concerned. So I'll put him away. I've got a little plastic case that I'm keeping him in because he's one of my more valuable figures now. So definitely gonna cherish him and look after him. Anyways, like I said, I'll just move this box down, and I've got my little cutting mat out because I thought that this process could be a little bit dirty because some of these toys look like they've been played with. So all I'm going to do is basically dip my hand into the box and pull out a figure. And let's see what comes out first. Okay, here we go. The first figure out is this guy. This is Payload. He's a 90s figure. He's in pretty good nick. He's really dusty, so I might have to give him a bit of a clean up. The O-ring's still pretty tight, and the joints are nice and tight as well, so that's pretty good. The unusual thing about this figure is obviously the head sculpt, but that visor tends to go missing pretty quickly. So the fact that I've got one there with an intact visor is pretty cool. So that is my man Payload. Next up, looks like we've got a Destro here. So he's pretty cool. Again, he looks like he's pretty dirty, but the figure itself is nice and tight. Like the O-ring's nice and tight, and the elbows and the knee joints are nice and tight. And there's little sort of there's little issues with the paintwork. It looks phenomenal. You can see there's a bit of, I don't know, it looks like a spider web or something in there. So definitely been in someone's garage for a bit, but he'll clean up quite nicely. What else have I got here? Oh, there's another 90s figure. This one's a bit of a strange figure. This is Frostbite. I've always been sort of confused by how tall he is. He seems to be taller than a lot of figures. And I think it's got something to do with this strange sort of neck sculpt. He looks like he's got like a turtleneck jumper on underneath this coat. But it makes his neck look a bit weird. And he stands a lot taller than some figures, as you can see. So he's a bit of a weird one, but again, in really nice condition, and I think he'll clean up pretty well. What's next? Alright, oh, this is a good pickup. There is an original Duke in there. My camera is a bit out of focus. Many apologies. Many apologies if that's already happened. I'm no movie star, no movie director, so if things fall out of focus from time to time, I do apologise. But again, this Duke in really good condition. He's got his backpack, which seems real sort of. Oh, there we go. Been in there for a while, I would have thought, but all of the arm joints again really tight. The O-ring's really tight. So are the knees. So that's a pretty cool pickup, that one. I already have a Duke, but I know someone who needs one. So I reckon I'm going to make a gift of that to a special someone. So that'll make someone really happy. So that's the original Duke. What else is in here? Oh, there's a few Leonard Corps. I call them Corps, but I should really say Leonard Core figures. Everyone knows I've got a massive box of Leonard Core figures. We've got like 140 in my collection or something. There's another video on my channel where I sit here just talking about all the Core figures in my collection. The Core figures, they don't stand up to play real well. They lose their thumbs and they lose their crutch. So this figure will probably just end up in my parts bins. He's quite floppy, quite loose, and obviously got a few broken bits. But hey, it's a figure. I'll keep him. What's next? Well, this is pretty cool. This is the 90s version of Lifeline, and again, the figure is really tight. It's amazing. Like, these are hardly played with, but they've clearly been in someone's garage or attic or something like that, because they are quite dusty. So I'll have to clean them up. The microphone on this guy looks like it might have been glued into place, sort of glued at a funny level. I feel like it should be further down his face. But I don't know, he might free up with a little bit of warm water later on, but I won't try and stress him too much. Yeah, as you can see, it looks a bit weird. So that's Lifeline. Who's this? Nice. This is Snowstorm. So there was 3 versions of Snowstorm. There was a blue and white version, an orange and white version, and then there was this black and grey version. Now, if you know me, you would know, and I've got them right here. That's the sound of me opening up my drawer. I have army built Snowstorms for quite a while. I think I got 16 of them at last count. People are just sending me random Snowstorms because They think it's kind of funny that I've managed to army build some. But I've always had the blue and white ones, but the other two are hard ones to come across. I think I got one of this guy, and he doesn't have the face mask, so that's a real plus as far as I'm concerned. He'll find some space in my cabinet, no doubt. So that's Snowstorm. Got a little mainframe here. Similar colours to that Snowstorm that I just pulled up, actually. Bit of a shame his crutch is broken here, but all in all, he's not in too bad condition. The joints are nice and tight. It's just that broken crutch that's a bit of a shame, but might send him to someone like my mate Campbell, Kiwi, and see if he can repair the crutch. He's quite handy with that sort of thing. I've got a frostbite here. So that's the second frostbite I've pulled out of this box. So I've got a version 1 and a version 3 in this box. I already have a frostbite. This guy looks like he's a little bit more played with. Maybe a little bit discoloured. The O-ring's a bit floppier. Still, the knees and elbows have been treated with respect. So he's in pretty good nick. And I reckon I'll probably look to move him on to someone who needs the happiest G.I. Joe on the planet. He's got a nice big smile, that guy. He's pretty cool. What else is here? Alright, there is an Ozone. I love this Ozone because the face sculpt on this Ozone is so detailed. Real underrated figure from the later run of ARA. Again, he's really nice and tight. But just dusty. So he actually might be in better nick than the one that I've got. So I might actually end up keeping him. I'll have to clean him up and have a look. But yeah, there's little dust bunnies everywhere on these things. Kind of funny. What's this? Oh, okay. This isn't a G.I. Joe, but this is one of those Galoob figures. 18. He's pretty cool. I've got a Mr. T, but I don't have any of the other ones. Broken fingers on this one, so I'm not likely to keep him. But again, I'm sure I'll be able to find a good home for him. What else is in here? Oh, the G.I. Joe that started it all for me. Obviously, Dial Tone was my first figure. And I, as a kid, and I played with him for many days when I was younger. His backpack is here too, which is in really good nick. So all he'd be missing is his SMG. But yeah, he definitely needs an O-ring. But other than that, he's in really good nick. So yeah, again, I'll clean him up and I'll compare him to the version that I have in my cabinet. Or I might even just keep this guy and stick him on my desk at work, given that he is close to my heart. So that's Dial Tone. What's next? There is a backpack. This could be a low light backpack, or could be a Lanard core backpack. I think it's a core backpack. It sort of feels like the plastic's a bit different. So yeah. Got one of these dudes, the Ice Cream Soldier. I love this guy. I think I've got two of him, plus the 2000s version, which was called the Shock Viper, I think. So it went from G.I. Joe to Cobra, just with a repaint. And I've got a repaint video. That was my last video that I put out. Definitely worth a look if you're into funny looking G.I. Joes like this. But again, he's in pretty good nick, and I reckon I might keep him because he's a cool sort of G.I. Joe army builder, I reckon. So he's very nice. Whoa. Next one up is a Serpentor. Broken crutch, which is a shame. Couple of teeth maybe missing. This back plate is quite often missing with Serpentor, so no doubt I'll be able to find a home in somebody's collection for this guy, particularly if they're running with a figure with broken fingers or no back plate. So that's a pretty good find. I'm happy with that. Just stick him over there. Yeah, well, I've got a 90s Stalker. He's pretty cool too. Oh, the figures are so tight here. So they've barely been played with, but yeah, again, lots of dust on this figure. He's a cool version of Stalker. There's like dust bunnies here. It's probably a good thing I got my little cutting mat out. So yeah, that's Stalker. He's a pretty cool figure. Stand up, Stalker. There we go. We'll keep plugging away. Oh, this is a cool figure as well. Sorry, I always say every figure is really cool when I'm talking about G.I. Joes. It's because I love them all. And I know it's a bit silly, but I do genuinely love them all. This one is Sea Slug, and he's a bit floppy as well. So whoever this belonged to obviously liked their vehicle drivers. And obviously vehicle drivers, they're usually the ones that get stretched a lot because you have to put them in and out of the vehicle. But that is a Sea Slug in very good condition. I reckon my Sea Slug, he might have some paint issues on his visor, so I might kit bash the Sea Slug that I have to improve the appearance of the one that's in my cabinet, but he's a pretty good looking figure as well. What else is here? Oh, there's some more core figures. That's Fox, another broken crutch, some more broken thumbs. And he's gonna just fall over. It's a shame about these broken crutches, but anyhow. Oh, this is one of the best figures from the 90s. I tell everyone as much. This is the Headhunter Stormtrooper. He looks mean as. So in the 90s when everything else was neon, this guy came out with this black, gold and grey sort of colorways, and he's a phenomenal looking figure. Again, really dusty, really dirty. So I have to give him a good scrub, I reckon, but he'll come up $1 million. And again, I know someone who's looking for one of them, so that'll make him very, very happy when I send it to him. Still in the 90s, this is Major Blood, and this is a figure that I don't have. So that's the first time I've got my hands on this version of Major Blood, and he's a pretty cool version if you ask me. So I'll certainly cherish him. He'll go straight into the cabinet. Pretty easy to find accessories for these guys, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's Major Blood. What else have I got here? Oh, this figure's everyone's favorite. This is Falcon, Lieutenant Falcon. Again, he's in pretty good nick, just really dusty. That's a pretty good pickup. I'm pretty chuffed about that. And I reckon I can see another one in the box, actually. Just down the bottom here. So there's actually two in there. And this one, whoa, this one's definitely in a played with condition. So his legs are glued shut. The crutch is broken. Yeah, the torso doesn't move at all. So it's clearly been super glued together. That's funny. I wonder if my mate Campbell can do anything with him. Yeah, he's definitely seen better days. That guy. I've got a 90s Duke. So he's a cool figure. I think that's my mate Sharky's favourite vintage version of Duke, funnily enough. The moulded helmet, I reckon, lets him down a bit. But again, really good condition. Looks like a bit of texture colour or something on there. But yeah, in really good condition. That's Duke. What's here? Countdown. This guy should have been called Airborne. He's actually in really good condition. Like the white elements on these G.I. Joes tend to be the first elements that take on a bit of yellowing or a bit of sort of a brown, sort of dirty look. But as you see, the white on this guy is actually still quite crisp and bright. So again, a little bit of dust. I'll have to give him a clean up, but yeah, phenomenal looking figure, that one. Speaking of bright white figures, got another white figure here. It's in pretty good nick. This is sci-fi. Again, the white looks really nice and crisp. Maybe a little bit of discoloration on the back, but overall, he's in really good nick. Again, tight limbs, nice tight O-ring, really well. The helmet's there as well. I think I've got a spare laser rifle for him in my parts bin, so I reckon I'll be able to complete him. I've already got him, so I'll probably look to move him on. But yeah, he's in really good nick. I really love the head sculpt on this guy. It's just, again, like Ozone, it's a real sort of distinctive head sculpt. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's version 2 sci-fi. Oh wow. This is a pretty cool pickup. This is Storm Shadow, and he seems to be missing only his claw, his Tekakagi claw. The backpack's there, the sword's there, the bow is there, the tattoo on his arm is still in really good nick. He's still pretty bright and white. O-ring's a bit loose, I need to fix the O-ring, and he is, again, he's pretty dusty, so as you can see in the backpack there's a fair bit of, my thumbs are getting really dirty. So I'll clean him up. He'll come up trumps. This dude, this dude's really dirty. It looks like someone's dug a hole in the dirt with him. This is Night Vulture. Really cool figure. I think I've got one already. But this guy, he was packaged in with some with one of those gliders initially. So he's hard to find, I suppose, in good condition, because by the time you strap into a glider as a 10 or 11-year-old and throw him across the backyard, he tends to take a beating. But lots of dust on this one, so I'll have to give him a clean. Having said that, maybe he's a little bit loose compared to some of the other figures I've pulled out, but not loose in that he can't stand up. As you can see, he stands up really nicely. So that was Night Vulture. Just while we're talking about night figures, this is Night Creeper Leader. I think this is maybe the second version of Night Creeper Leader. It could be the first. Correct me in the comments if I've buggered that up, but the other version is the orange version. I'd never had the purple version before, so to get hold of him is quite nice as well. So I'll find a spot for him in the cabinet. It looks like a bit of paint wear on his head, but all in all, really good condition. That's Mr. Night Creeper Leader. Oh, hello. There's a pair of legs there. Maybe I'll just leave them standing up in the background, and we'll come back to who they belong to. But if you're a gijoe fan, you'll know who those legs belong to, because, I'll give you a clue if you don't. They just sort of, he's my spirit animal. There you go. But we'll come back to that. I'm sure the rest of the parts are in here. Another core figure. This is Bengala, but again, another broken crutch and broken thumbs. So one for the parts bin. Okay. Oh, this is a pickup too. This is Big Boa. Again, a really good nick. He's just a little bit dusty. Maybe some paint wear there, but the gloves still have pretty clear logos on them, which is a really good pickup. So no doubt I'll be able to tidy him up and find a home for him in the cabinet of another collector. The one that I've got, I'm actually really lucky. He's really quite mint. So there is an Ice Viper. He's always been a cool figure. Nice and bright and white. The Cobra logo seems to have rubbed off a bit, and there's no sign of his helmet in the box. I'm getting towards the end of the box, but even without the helmet, he displays quite well. So he's a cool figure, and funnily enough, he's one of the cleanest ones in there. No dust on this guy, so he might have. I suppose I'm in the bottom of the box now, so maybe the ones in the bottom of the box were shielded from the dust a little bit. Oh, okay, yep, Street Fighter. I'm going to do a video on my Street Fighter Joes eventually, because I've recently completed my Street Fighter collection from G.I. Joe, but this is Mr. M. Bison, and I reckon the version that I have doesn't have this shoulder pad, which is removable. So I may well add this guy to my collection, or just take the shoulder pad off and put it with my version, or keep them both. I don't know. I'll have to decide. But he's in really good nick. I'm sure you'll agree. That's Mr. M. Bison. This one's always a favourite of everybody. This is Battle Armor Cobra Commander. He's in pretty good nick as well. Just again a little bit dusty. Got some stiff joints though, so doesn't look like he's been played with a great deal. And yeah, in really good condition. So I'll tidy him up and he'll find a home with a fellow collector. Well, there's another set of legs. So I'll put them there. We've got to find another torso and another set of arms and another head. There's another core figure. So these core figures look like they copped an absolute beating, and so they should have. I don't mind seeing toys that are broken, because it means kids had a great deal of fun with them. So I'll leave him up there. He's for the parts bin. All right. Oh, this is a cool find as well. So this is Cloudburst. He's another one of those figures that was packaged with a glider. The visor always breaks off. So to find one with an intact visor is a real coup. That's very cool. And I reckon I know someone who needs this guy. So I'll set him aside, and I'll make someone really happy by maybe making a gift to him, or gifting figures and trading figures. It's the best way to collect figures. Like anyone can jump onto eBay, as I have done, and buy a G.I. Joe or two. But something about trading a figure for another figure, or just making a gift of a figure to a fellow collector that makes this hobby kind of cool. So yeah, I'll probably do that, because I know this guy needs this one. So I'll either trade it for beers, or trade it for the joy of seeing the smile on his face when he gets him out. Well, he's a cool figure, this one. This is Outback, and as you can see, he's seen better days. He's a bit busted up, but still he's intact, and the survival label on his chest isn't too bad. So yeah, that's a pretty cool pickup, that one. What else is here? Okay, there is Mr. Mutt. And these Slaughters Marauders figures, they've always got something broken. This guy's got broken hands, but the crutch is intact. The head looks nice. Maybe a bit of blue tack in that back screw hole. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to find some arms for him somewhere and clean him up and add him to the cabinet, because I don't have this guy, so might hang on to him. There's a bit of blue tack on some of these feet too, so maybe they were being displayed on a little shelf somewhere. Okay, I've found these broken torsos. So there's the first one. That's Blizzard. Seems to have the sled in his back still with both handles, which is pretty cool. He's actually in pretty good nick too. I wonder if the torso, sorry, not the torso, the waist is in there, and it is. There it is. There's the waist. Whoop, yeah, it's fallen over, but I'll be able to put him back together, no problems. And oh yeah, there he is. There's Ronnie Trickshot himself, old mate Xandar. I might experiment with this guy because there is a color changing feature with these figures. Xandar, Zorana, and Zartan. If you leave them in the sun, this skin turns blue. And because of that color changing feature, the torsos were always glued together. So you can take the screw out, but the torso's still stuck together. So to replace the O-ring is a bit of a challenge, but I might have a crack at it. I might get a blade out and slowly pry him open, because I wouldn't mind having another Ronnie Trickshot figure, maybe for my desk at work. And then there's one more figure in here. I found there's the waist for Xandar. So I'll be able to put him together. And there is also a hooded Cobra Commander in here, in pieces. So torso, arms and head, legs are there. The crutch is here too, but sadly it's broken. Oh well, never mind. I'll still put him together, and no doubt someone who's looking for a cheap hooded Cobra Commander will take him off my hands. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in here, like just random things. If you know what this is, give me a yell. I don't know what that is. That looks a bit strange. I don't know what that is. That's interesting. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments. But there's all these accessories, and I'll just maybe I'll tip the box out. Just whoa. I'll sort through some of this stuff. Maybe just adjust the camera down a bit. Whoop. There we go. And across. Thank you for that. Thank you for bearing with me. There's lots of bits and pieces here. Look at all this. So I've got some stuff to go through, eh? I can already see that there's some parts here that obviously go with the figures that I picked up. So I've got a little bit of work to do. It's all really dusty as well. I gotta clean up some of this stuff. There's a few cheeky bits in the bottom of the box, but yeah, I've got a big pile of stuff here. So I'll come back out again, and there's all my figures. Let's have a look at some of these. So I've got all of these stands. And as you can see, I wasn't kidding about the dust. Just rubbing them, puts the dust on my hands. So you can never have enough figure stands, and there's quite a few of them here. Again, another really dusty stand. You clean them up. Another purple one, a grey one, another orange one. So, there's still more. A couple of black ones. Another black one, another red one. Another black one there as well. So there's, how many stands are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stands all up. It's pretty cool. There is a couple of skis. So they obviously go with my man Blizzard. So I'll be able to put Blizzard back together. And he can be mounted on his on his skis. His snowshoes appear to be here too. Or maybe just one. Only one snowshoe. Which is a bit of a shame. I recognise that rifle as Falcon's rifle. So there's a couple of little swords here, Ninja Force swords. Maybe they go with the Night Creeper leader. Not sure. We'll figure that out. I don't think that's G.I. Joe. That looks a bit random. Definitely a G.I. Joe rifle, that one. Just random stuff. More swords. I think maybe a core rifle, that one. Yeah, a couple of random rifles. There's a missile of some description. I don't know, all random stuff. There's Mainframe's backpack. It's pretty cool. Again, another ski. Oh, that's Xandar's rifle. So I'll make use of that. Not sure what weapon that one is, but yeah, definitely got some work to do here. Random 1989 Snake Eyes sword. Seems a bit interesting. Oh, that's Frostbite's mask, so that'll go up there with him. There's a black helmet there, probably for Mutt. Yeah, so some cool stuff here. Another Falcon rifle. Oh, look, there's 3 there. How did that happen? Unless this rifle came with someone else that's in this lot. Or actually, they're one of them's a little bit different. So yeah, maybe that's the Falcon one, and this belongs to someone else. Yeah, interesting. Oh, there's Destro's pistol. Just dropping stuff everywhere. Nice little knife, like Muskrat used to have. But I've done pretty well, I would have thought. Maybe I come out about even, particularly when you factor in this guy. The fact that he was in this box is just unreal. I'm very happy to have him there, and he's refusing to focus, so I might just move him over there. There we go. I think I might make that the thumbnail picture, so now you know how we got here. That's all I've got for you. I've got a lot of work to do now in terms of heading out to the kitchen sink and maybe running some of these guys under a little bit of water to remove the dust. Which should be fun. Maybe some O-rings need replacing as well, and some accessories need to be matched up. But thank you for taking the time to sit with me as I rifled through this box. Again, if you like my stuff, feel free to show your appreciation by subscribing to my channel or hitting like on this video. Even leave a comment. I'll always reply to your comments as well. So if you're a fellow G.I. Joe collector who's looking to talk to someone about Joes, leave a comment and I'll certainly come back to you. That's all I've got for you today. So until next time, Yo Joe.